Hey guys, I'm Lighty, and I'm going to be looking at Delve for the first time, and you're going to be looking at me looking at Delve for the first time. So this is Path of Exile's upcoming league. First thing we'll do is we'll watch the trailer, and then I'll probably shut the fuck up during that. Just kidding, I might talk some.
Afraid of the dark, Exile? You should be. The darkness in this mine is alive. It's hateful. It's hungry. No light could lift this dark veil. Until now. Monsters are the least of your concerns, for the darkness itself hunts us. What is it hiding? It's calling to us. Take what the Empire could not. Use it to conquer the
Look at that map.
depths.
The voice acting and the music is pretty nice though. That's pretty cool. Cool looking bosses.
Don't stray too far, or else lights out.
Yeah, the music is my favorite part of this entire trailer so far.
In Path of Exile Delve,
hello,
you
Chris.
will explore the Azurite Mine, a pitch-black, infinitely deep dungeon. To pierce the darkness, you will need to find voltaxic sulfite on the surface. The sulfite powers a machine called the Crawler that generates light. The darkness of the mine will quickly kill you if you leave the light, so keep up with the Crawler.
Oh, it's like a fucking escort mission. That's kind of a bummer.
The mine is full of Azurite, a valuable resource that you can use to upgrade your equipment. Use flares to stay alive while exploring the dark.
Oh Jesus, there's fucking flare
Throw
mechanic.
dynamite to blow open walls and find hidden paths.
This looks kind of like Torchlight. I don't know
There are
why.
a lot of valuable rewards in the darkness to tempt you, but be careful, the darkness itself is deadly.
Blah.
Lost civilizations, deep underground, created socketable currency items. Socket fossils into the currency for powerful crafting results. The Azurite mine gets harder and harder the deeper you go. Test the limits of your character in Path of Exile Delve.
Wonder if the dungeon's like infinite finally, or is it still just finite? Alright, that music was pretty cool. So, a couple things I noticed. There's obviously the darkness mechanic with the light and all that shit. It just seems kind of annoying, but I don't want to judge it too hard, so we'll have to see when we actually play it. There's a lot of new mechanics they added. The whole Azurite thing and upgrading items and the fossils. So there's a lot going on. I just hope that they're going to follow this large of an expansion or new league up that has maybe some ninja fixes, hot fixes to other aspects of the game that just still are lagging behind, that have been neglected for a while. Explore the darkness, Azurite upgrades. Yeah, so I guess these things are just permanent, milestone upgrades. You just get more light, more flares, better flares, more dynamite, better dynamite. Deep civilizations. So there's a red place, and then there's a green place, and then there's a blue place. Socketable currency items. So these are the things that you socket into these things and use these things to craft onto these things. More physical mods, no chaos mods. Has a corrupted essence mod, upgrades normal item to rare item. So it looks like there's some potential for just some cool crafts. Nearby enemies have minus 15% lightning res. That's a lot. Same with the additional Val Soul. Definitely good things, but it's still going to be hard to beat out some of the more build-enabling unique slots. This map in itself looks cool. I don't know how influential it will be. Oh, yep, first infinite dungeon. All right, that's pretty cool. I don't know, like infinite's a spooky word as far as like the context of it, but we'll just, hopefully it just, I mean, is it going to end at like eye level 100 area? I'd like to see that. Just so white mobs almost one-shot you. That's the kind of level of difficulty I'm looking for. New and revamped skills. AoE lightning thing. It's an aura. Fizz convert to electricity. Okay. Toxic rain. Bow skill. Dominating blow. Well, that's the same, but what got changed? Powerful new items. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Alright, bestiary card. I got a primordial chain. So this is a golem amulet. Big old maze map. Doriani's machinarium. Alright. It's pretty cool though. Cerebus is a limb, blood scepter. A lot of spell damage, a lot of cast speed, high block shield, and then it scales off your shield. That could be interesting. The Gray Spire, no sockets, increased global damage, attack speed, and max res. That looks kind of memey. Time. Oh no, are they actually fucking reliquary? Why do they do this? I'm not a fan of this. I don't like them bringing back items. I don't know why they keep making reliquary keys, but here we are. Feminist's Shroud. That's like not that far ago, but they're bringing it back. Anyway, supporter packs. Let's take a look at these fucking things. Delve supporter pack. Okay, so they're doing the same thing where they're doing the split, the 30-60 split, and they have two of them. I do like that model. I think that's the most economical and it's kind of the most affordable for the everyday person. So you have the 30 gets you wings, which look ridiculous, but that aside, and then the sword, which is kind of like shimmery, and then on top of that you get the fucking kind of plague mask looking guy. The armor set itself looks nice, so I have no problems with that. It's just everything else looks very... The wings just look so out of place as far as Path's art style, but I guess Path's art style in general is just, at this point, a real fucking mess. Oh, it's really big. Yeah, that's bigger than you are almost if you turn them sideways. Alright. Dreadforge. This is very cool looking armor. But again, doesn't really look like it belongs in Path. So now we're going to take a look at the Delve FAQ. This is also why I wanted to wait a week or so before I made this video about Delve, because I knew there'd be a lot of shit coming out, and this is kind of one of the things I wanted to take a look at. So let's just go through the questions in the Q&A, etc., etc. When do you first encounter Delve? As early as the coasts. So this is good, but I have concerns. I've always said that the best thing for a league is that it affects you from level 1 to level 100. You want to have the impact of the league felt throughout all aspects of play. But there's a little bit of a problem with this, because you had the last league, right? You would get the incursion things. You could get them as like mud flats, but you weren't actually able to clear them for the first week because of the scaling. So we're going to get these delve things, but then it's just going to be impossible to clear them because of the scaling. Hard to say. So hopefully it's not the case, and hopefully it's like, you know, by the time you hit mud flats, you're already 10 minutes into a fucking mine, just mining around and having fun. That'd be pretty nice. Is there a minimum amount of shit you need to get into the mine? There is, but it's quite small for short delves. So hopefully, again, doesn't affect your early play. They ask how long you spend in the mine. They don't really answer it, but basically the more shit you have, the more time you can spend in there. You have to wait for Nico, which is the little shrimp guy that's carrying a little cart around, to collect the sulfite once you encounter it. Now you have to wait for him. You can just blow past him. That's good. Can I bypass leveling in other areas of the game and spend most of my time exclusively in the mine like a little fucking hermit? No, you have to play the regular game. So there's still no alternate leveling method, which I do think they should introduce at some point. I think this game could really benefit from an alternate leveling method, because especially for a lot of the veteran players, the current leveling method can feel extremely stagnant and just repetitive, just ad nauseum. It's just crazy. And once you've leveled a character hundreds of times, the same character, the same start, the same process, you gotta do something to mix it up. Is your mine progress character-based or account-wide? It's character-based. No. It's like Prophecy all over again. But there's a catch-up mechanism for subsequent characters. You don't want to play Delve while leveling. Skeptical, but I'll, you know, whatever. Having things character-based in Path just never fucking works. It just started with as simple as lab trials. like Forsaken Masters, like just this type of shit you just don't want to have character based. Every mine's different. I mean, they're all seated. It's going to be the same assets, just in minor different configurations. Will you find Masters or Trials in the mine? No, so I assume it's the same for side zones. So the damage isn't chaos damage from the darkness, it's just its own kind of damage, meaning you really can't mitigate it in any real way. This is like, I feel like they had a chance to do something really cool here and they didn't do it. Does light radius and items affect your experience in the mine? No. That just doesn't make sense. The darkness suppresses regular light? Like, why is our light different than the light from a flare? Because it's a different special kind of sulfur or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but light radius is already such a dead stat. You could at least have some sort of like meme convenience with this league, but they just chose to do that, so bit of a bummer there. Can you flicker in the mines? Yeah, but it's rippy. Darkness doesn't affect minions and totems. That's nice quality of life. Something about a dragon. Alright. So it looks like the new reliquary keys are not weighted. All 151 had equal chance of being the reliquary. I call bullshit, but that aside. So it's only past league items, it's not legacy items. So it's definitely not nearly as impactful. Headhunter in most scenarios will still be the best one. It's more that you get some access to build enabling things and less just bank items like legacy cams or whatever, shabs, etc. But it says they're dropped less frequently, so it's hard to say. Delve soundtrack added supporter pack. Yes, we don't have an exact time. That's kind of honestly what makes me want to buy a supporter pack as of now would be if the soundtrack was included. So that's kind of cool, though. So something else that was released is the upcoming divination cards. As someone myself who has made a divination card and been part of that process, it's always interesting to see other divination cards that people have been making. So we have level 21 Aura Gem. That's kind of nice. No real problems with that. The only thing I would say problem-wise is that a lot of people who want to use Aura Gems might be Aura bots, and quality might matter to them. But for things like, you know, Wrath and Anger, I guess, it's kind of nice to get level 21 since quality doesn't matter so much for those that you're playing solo, etc. Queen Sacrifice, I'm not even going to check, but I'm almost positive this is for the Ed Series Mirror upgrade, which is like insanely strong. So I understandably why they wanted to make a card for this. But by this logic, each card is going to be like 50, 60x or something along those lines. It's really expensive, so that's a crazy drop right there. Deafening Essences. I have no problem with Essences being added into the game. Innocent. This is a very cool looking art, actually. I like this a lot. His brother would not atone, so he took his brother's life and with it his sins. That's just innocent and sin, I guess. Here's the story. A fuck ton of Orbs of Regret. That's a cool one. I do want to see them make a card that's something along the lines that like has like 100 cards, but it gives you like an inventory full of like wisdom scrolls, just like something random like that. There's a lot of room for fun you can do with divination cards. I don't know how much they're actually going to implement, but there's tons of room for like non-impactful meme type things they could do. Twilight Temple is the map, I guess. Elder Chateau map. That's so random. So it gives you a tier 16 Elder Chateau. I don't quite get why that would exist, but finally it's the reveal of the Scourge Arrow skill. So it's wide piercing shots, channel, deals more damage as long as you hold it. Let's just take a look at it. It's a pretty small demo. Okay, so it looks like Stormburst almost. So you hold it down and then a bunch of shit pops up and they kind of look like Ulnatal bone spikes. And I think those pierce, but maybe you can make them chain. If it is just straight pierce, then I'm not sure how great it's going to be. It's a channel skill, so you can't use on trapped mines or totems, really. Well, you could use on totem, I guess. I don't think it ever resolved unless you take the totem off. Could be chaos damage, could not be. I'd actually check out the skill, but it looks interesting. 6% of your physical chaos, yeah, so could be good. Although it's hard to convert the rest of your damage to chaos, but, you know, still a nice looking thing. Alright, that about wraps this up. I'm Matt Lighty. If you have any questions regarding a delve or when we'll be playing, what's going on, any questions about rags to riches, etc., just feel free to leave a comment or just hit me up wherever. You could text me, you could send me an email. Also, shout out to that guy that PM'd me on eBay. I was selling some magic cards on eBay. Fucking guy PMs me, just noticed your profile name is Matt Lighty, as in the Matt Lighty Path of Exile YouTuber. I just can't get away. You guys are just everywhere. So hit me up. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.